Okay, so this is Pack 444, Religious Emblem Orientation. And I think even if you've done the religious emblem before, this will be helpful to you. If you have no idea the first thing about the religious emblem, I think it'll be very helpful to you. And I hope to take about 15 minutes and then take question answers. I'm Pastor Nathaniel Chrisman. I'm the pastor of Oak Grove Lutheran Church here in New Sewickley Township. But I've been the PAC chaplain now, I don't know, long time, several years now. And it's been a pleasure and a privilege to do that. We started doing the religious emblem only 2 years ago. So this is only the second time we've done it, and we don't do it every year. So it's something that we hope to do every other year, which means that every scout will be able to do it every other year. So even if you've done the program before, you'll be able to do it every other year because there's a new program every 2 years. And so I'll talk a little bit more about that, but just so you know. Let's see. There we go. So it's
Mom,
available.
Wow.
It's available to any scout. The religious emblem program is available to any scout. And this link here, I think, is a very helpful link. If you got a chance for a screenshot or want to look that up, that link there is a very helpful link to for the program. And are you guys able to see the link I just brought up or no?
Yeah, I can see it.
You can see it? Okay.
Yeah, I can see it.
So this will walk you through, thank you. This will walk you through the different programs in detail. They have here a nice duty to God program information with frequently asked questions, how to get started, chart of religious emblem programs. That's a very helpful link for you to check out. So if you have questions or concerns or you get lost and you don't want to ask me, that's a place you can go to get help. But I'm a resource to you and happy to help at any point. You can call me, text me, email me, message me, whatever way works best for you. Let me know. I'm happy to help you do that. So you can see the little awards in this section right here on the right of the screen. Your scout will earn one of those medallions when they complete their program. And you'll see that depending on the program, there's multiple years. So this, for this program, for example, this is in the kindergarten, first grade group. This is the second, third grade group, fourth, fifth grade group. And then when they get into Boy Scouts or Scouts BSA, now you have options for them to continue that in Scouts BSA. So for most of these programs, you're only going to do 2 or 3 of the 4 or 5 steps, depending how long the program is, as Cub Scouts. This is one of the few programs that overlaps from Cub Scouts to Scouts BSA. There's not a whole lot that do. This is one that does. And so this becomes the emblem, that the picture there of the silver knot with a golden background, that becomes the emblem that your scout earns, that they wear on their uniform from then on. Again, that's what they'll wear on their uniform when they go into Scouts BSA. If they get their Eagle and they come back as a volunteer, that's on their uniform still. If you see Mr. Deal has this emblem on his uniform even now as a scout leader. So it's an emblem that exists in the program forever. So it's one of the few that you can earn as a Cub Scout that goes on all the way through the program. So there's a lot of advantages in doing it now and getting it started now. And if you don't do the earlier parts of the program, you can't do them later. They're age appropriate for that age group. And if you don't do them then, you can't do them later. So in order to do the whole program, you have to start as a Cub Scout. The last slide I have here, for most of us, the pray program is what we'll do. And by that, I mean, most of us fall in a category of Protestant Christian, right? So if you're part of a Catholic church, you won't use the, well, you sort of use the pray program, but it's not one of these books. It'll be a different set of books. You'll want to be in touch with your Catholic church. If you go to a Jewish synagogue, that's a different program than this. But if you're Lutheran, Methodist, Baptist, any non-denominational group, any of the mainstream Protestant groups will all use the Pray program. New to the Pray program is the Jesus and Me. That's now for kindergartner and first grade. That didn't used to exist. So 2 years ago, that program didn't exist. It used to be just 4. The orange one, the yellow one, the blue, and the green. And the only ones you did as Cub Scouts were orange and yellow. But now they've added this purple Jesus and Me. That's for kindergartners and first graders. So if you're Protestant Christian, you want to know what book you need, and you have a kindergartner or first grader, it's the purple one. If you have a second or third grader, it's the orange one. If you've got a fourth or fifth grader, it's the yellow one. And the blue and the green are for when they move on to Scouts BSA. Those are not Cub Scout books. Those are when they move on to Scouts BSA. So you have these first 3 books are the ones that you will do as a Cub Scout. So my children never got the opportunity to do the purple one. It didn't exist. They have both done the God and Me, and the eldest will work on God and Family, and then my youngest will have to wait 1 more year to work on God and Family. So just give you a sense of what that's like. So the way the program is set up is that you're supposed to do it with your religious organization, your religious leader first. So if you're on a phone call basis with your pastor, call your pastor, ask your pastor about this program. They may know about it. They may not have a clue. Previous to Scouts, I didn't have a clue about this program. But it's interesting because a lot of pastors in our area are familiar with the program and are happy to work with a group of Scouts doing it. For example, Pastor Doug Myers at Unionville Methodist led a group from Unionville 2 years ago through the God and Me, and I'm sure he'd be open to do it for the next group again. So depending what congregation you're part of in the area, contact your pastor. They may be familiar with the program, and they'll do the program with your youth. Let me backstep a little. The Pray program is available to anyone. You don't have to be a Scout to do the Pray program. So if you got any kids at home that you want to do this program with, you can. You do not have to be a Scout to do this program. So anyone, if you're a Sunday school teacher in your church and you want to do it with the Sunday school class, you can do that. This program is available for anyone, not just Scouts. Okay, so it's designed first off to do with your religious organization, regardless regardless of the religious group. It's meant to be done with your religious organization. If you don't do it with your religious organization, you can do it at home with your kids. If you've got a grandparent that want to walk them through it, you can. If a family member, distant relative, godparent, anyone at home can walk their Scout through this. It's not difficult. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's a workbook style. Both the Jesus and Me and the God and Me, well, I'm not positive on the Jesus and Me. I know the God and Me is 4 sessions. I believe the Jesus and Me is same thing. It's 4 sessions. Each session, I would say, could take anywhere from a half hour to an hour, depending on your Scout, depending on you. The God and Family is a little more involved. Like I said, it's for 4th and 5th graders. It has 6 sessions, so it's a little bigger. So with your religious organization, if not with your religious organization, with your family. And then if you go, neither of those options are good for us, I will also be willing to do a group from our pack. I'd be happy to do a group. and the kind of the timeline I've set that will work for me. Now, if for some reason you go, this times just don't work at all, Pastor, we can negotiate some other kind of time. But I'd like to do it with a group. Um, if you're just doing it, if you're the only one in your grade doing it, I would encourage you to do it at home, and I can help you do it at home. But if we can get some groups together, these are the timeline I'm looking for. And that second and third grade would be a 6:30 to 7:10, so a 40-minute session, and fourth and fifth grade a 45-minute session. But we'd be working out 6 sessions. Those would be Wednesdays starting in November. And not every Wednesday. What did I say? The second Wednesday of each month. The second Wednesday of each month starting in November. If there is a group of people in K through first that want to do the Jesus and Me, I'm happy to do it for a group of kindergartners, and we can figure out what time of the day works best for that. Or we can even try to do these virtually. If you go, I'd rather do it virtually, we can try to make that happen, an in-person and virtual hybrid type thing. I'm open to that. I think I'll go ahead and stop the recording, and then you can ask questions here. Oh, that's ending the meeting. That's not what I want to do here.